Okay, so trying to get this off onto the right point is this. Um, I get very easily confused with the Final Fantasy history. So this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up each title so I make sure I have the right title with the right number, and I'll be able to tell you exactly what I did with each title to make it give you a better understanding of my history as a gamer. Okay, so starting off with Final Fantasy VII, you know, I beat that game, and I beat it on the PlayStation, and like I said, I really liked it. It was not my first foray into RPG gaming. So then came Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII, I got close to beating, but unfortunately, in the process, I was in the military, so either I was moving or I had to go uh, on deployment for some time, and then I fell out. Wait a minute, no, I got that wrong. Wait, so see, that's what happened. I didn't even look up 8, and I got 8 mixed up with 9. So let me just go through this the correct way. So Final Fantasy 8. Okay, Final Fantasy 8 I played, but I didn't beat because I got really wrapped up into the game and to being a completionist. So uh, I was like trying to unlock everybody's special weapon. I was trying to get all my special Aeons, and I was just trying to do all the hidden things within the game before I beat the game. So that's why I didn't beat 8. And then a new game, yeah, and then like right by the time I got close to beating 8, a new gaming system came out, and then I got sidetracked. So that was 8. 9. Okay, Final Fantasy 9 was one that I didn't really care for. I think it suffers the same problem as Final Fantasy 15. They try to bring in more characters, more stories, and make every character the center point, which is okay, but the stories didn't really go anywhere, or they was a little bit too predictable, or some characters had no depth whatsoever. Uh, the fighting mechanics was okay. It was more like could be beat twice if you really thought about it in the game, because basically once you found out what the attack was, all you had to do is just go into your arsenal, uh, code it for what you're fighting and what defenses you need, and it was almost a done deal. So yeah, but Final Fantasy I didn't completely finish because I just fell out of it. The story just left me just like blah. All right, so Final Fantasy 10. Okay, Final Fantasy 10 I beat. I played it. I enjoyed it. It was a hard game, and but you know they gave you a lot. So then you have Final Fantasy 10-2, which was a sequel. I did beat it, but I beat it just to beat it, and then I was gonna go and beat it again to try and get the proper endings, but I didn't get around to beating it the second time. So it was okay, a little bit too much with the whole dress thing. Final Fantasy 11 was okay. Okay, now wait. Final Fantasy 11. Hold on, I'm just trying to pull up a decent picture because I'm not recognizing this at all. Okay, Final Fantasy 11 was the first MMOR, MMORG. I never played it, so no opinion Final Fantasy 12. This was the controversial Final Fantasy because this was the Final Fantasy that was designed to play like on MMORG, to where it was like a computer-based online game, to where all your side characters could be pre-programmed with certain responses to certain actions. You know, if someone's hurt, give them health. If it gets under a certain percent, if an enemy starts attacking the main guy and his health goes below 50, make him his health priority, or protect him, or attack what he's attacking, or attack whoever he's not attacking. So it got really in depth. But I think at the time when it came out, it was just over my head because I never really played computer online gaming. So I was just like, what is all this, you know, micromanagement side work? So I didn't get into it that much, but the characters were interesting, and the story was kind of long and dry. Like, it kind of suffers with a lot of the same issues of Final Fantasy. Well, Final Fantasy, they both have like a bounty system, which is cool, but like it doesn't have that hold you factor, like that memorable moments. Everything is just kind of like meh. Okay, so that's 12. Let's go on to 13. Okay, Final Fantasy 13. That was the kind of it has a lot of the core mechanics of Final Fantasy 15. It was one of the first Final Fantasies compared to a rail RPG, which meant it was very linear, very point A to B. It was all about just getting to a point. It wasn't about really. They give you a section later on, which was the open plains, where you could grind, but like throughout the game, it wasn't like an open world type thing. It was just very get from here to here. So I bought it, I had it, I just got close to the end, and I think I got stuck somewhere, or I think I got stuck and I couldn't get to the end of the game. So that's my excuse. And then now I'm not sure how it went after this. Okay, so now I'm saying 13.2. 13.2 I never played because the first one really just soured me. I was just so turned off, and then they was like the mechanics was going more towards what we have now with Final Fantasy 15. So I can't knock the fighting style that much because it still looks like it's an evolution of what came out of Final Fantasy 13, and this is Final Fantasy 13.2. I didn't get a chance to play because the story really didn't pull me in that much to really want to come back and play the sequels, and I didn't hear that great on the reviews. Final Fantasy 13.3, if I'm correct. Lightning's Return, I didn't play that either, so I wouldn't really have any idea. Like I said, the story just really didn't pull me. I wasn't really a fan of the whole Lightning and her main story. Okay, Final Fantasy 14. Okay, massive multiplayer online role-playing game. This is the one that's getting a lot of hype. I haven't had a chance to play this. I've seen a little bit online about it. It looks very interesting. This is one of those ones where it's like you pick a character, just that character, and you're rocking with him. And it's going to take you a long time to get up in levels with him. Like, it might, you know, and there's a lot of levels because it's like a relationship. This is your baby. You design them, you choose the gender and everything else, and then you go out into the world and you grow. So no, I haven't played this one. And then we come down to Final Fantasy 15, which I'm playing now, and like I I said. So, I mean, thinking about it, but I still, six, six, have to say it's a six. Um, yeah, I, uh, I know I might get shake, but, I see something in here about Final Fantasy 15 summons, so maybe there's more of them in the game. I just, you know, not seeing that. Oh, and sorry, I did get a chance to finally start watching my streams that I did, and I know I'm getting echoes. Like I said, I'm using a new program, so I may have to dial it in with the broadcasting specs, but I'm slowly learning, and but you'll see noticeable differences like the next 24 to 48 hours. Even how I engage you guys, because I noticed some of the biggest issues was I was having my headset like this, and I wasn't picking up my voice. So I adjusted my headset now, trying to make sure it's right there, speaking more loudly, trying to make you more on the camera and everything. So I hope you guys know that I'm taking this very seriously, and I hope that isn't frozen, because it looks like it's frozen on my end. Okay. Well, I'm showing live, but I might be having a frozen screen. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to stop real quick and then restart. Okay, I'm not seeing on this end right here. Let me check my next end. Testing 1, 2, 3. Alright, my broadcast might be corrupted. I guess I'm going to have to stop.